Hey team, welcome back. So we're going to take a few minutes to start working on our styling here. And I just want to say that for styling, we're going to use uh, Bootstrap, okay? And I just want to do a quick lesson on how to bring Bootstrap onto the project, and then of course make sure that we can actually use it, because this is what we're going to use for styling. So in order to install Bootstrap, we're going to use npm install Bootstrap. Very simple. And this is the first package that we're installing using the npm command. So I'm just gonna walk you through what's gonna happen in the package.json file, and also give you a few pointers here if you're watching this in the future. If you're watching this in the future, Bootstrap keeps changing. And for instance, if you're using Bootstrap 3, version 3, right now we are version 4.1, I think, but we'll see what we get here from npm. They usually change their classes, and then they deprecate some stuff. So if you're watching this in the future and you're on a newer version of Bootstrap, the one I'm gonna get right now, you have two options. You either make sure that you force the version that I'm using, which we're gonna look at in just a few seconds, or you can stick to the new version, but then you're gonna have to do some research on the Bootstrap documentation to see what the new class might be. Okay, so if we come to package.json, you'll see that we got Bootstrap 4.1.3 at the time of this recording. This is the latest version available here. And now that we have this here, then you're also going to notice that you're going to have it in your node modules file, or at least we should have it here. And yeah, Bootstrap right here, which is basically what we just installed. All right, so now the next thing that we want to do is that we want to bring this into our project. One way to do this is to actually import the CSS, the Bootstrap CSS file that we want to use, to actually import it into your app.js. So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to import this route. So it's dist.css and then bootstrap.min. Where is it? Bootstrap.min.css. So this is basically what we're going to import into our app.js. So before we do that, I'm just going to set something that comes from Bootstrap, so that we can actually see whether or not it works. And I'm just going to set an alert, there's warning, which is a class that we get from Bootstrap. Okay, and if I do that right now without importing it, it shouldn't work. Actually, I have to start the server. It should not work. Perfect, it doesn't work. But now we're gonna go to our app.js, and we're gonna import it. And this one we're gonna do manually. So basically here in app.js, we're gonna do import. And this is going to be a somewhat different import, because basically what we're going to do is basically import Bootstrap dist CSS, and I think it was Bootstrap. I'm actually reading this from my notes, but I already showed you the path, so you can also take a look at the path and actually import it the way that I have it here. Okay, so now that I have done this, then we should have this on our, see, now it's bringing up Bootstrap, and now we have Bootstrap enabled in our project. Can you do this with CDNs? Yes, you could. I'll leave it to you to do some research on that. It's super easy. You basically just put the CDN here in the index file, and that's pretty much it. Which I think it's what we're gonna do once we start using Font Awesome, but I'll cover that in when we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, so I just wanted to have this quick introduction into bringing Bootstrap into the project, because then later on we're going to start working on the flow to actually create a project through React instead of doing it directly on the API. All right, see you in the next lecture.